Deductive reasoning starts with a general rule, a premise, which we know to be true. Then from that rule, we make a true conclusion about something specific. The process of reasoning from known fact to conclusion, when you reason deductively, you can say therefore with certainty. If your fact were firm to begin with, then your conclusion will also be firm. A deductive argument is one in which it is possible for the premises to be true, but the conclusion is false. It is supposed to be definitive proof of the truth of the claimed conclusion. Premise: all men are mortal. Premise: Socrates was a man. Conclusion: Socrates was a mortal. If premises are true and they are, then it simplifies isn't it possible for the conclusion to be false. If you have deductive argument and you accept the truth of premises, then you must also accept the truth of conclusion. True premises plus true premises equal true conclusion. Inductive reasoning, the process of going from observation to conclusion. This type of conclusion is sometimes called an inference. Observing that something is true many times, the concluding that it will be true in all instances, using data to make prediction. A inductive argument is one in which premises are supposed to support conclusion. If premises are true, it is unlikely that conclusion is false. The conclusion probably follows from the premises. Premise: Socrates was Greek. Premise: must Greek eat fish. Conclusion: Socrates ate fish. Even if both premises are true, it's still possible for conclusion to be false. Maybe Socrates was allergic to fish. Words which tend to mark an argument as inductive include probably and likely, possibly, and reasonably. True premises plus true premises equal probably conclusion. Direct proof. In a constructive proof, one attempt to demonstrate PQ directly. This is the simplest and easiest method of proof available to us. There are only two steps to a direct proof. First, assume that P is true. Second, use P to show that Q must be true. If A and B are consecutive integers, then the sum A plus B is odd. Proof assume that A and B are consecutive integers. Because A and B are consecutive, we know that B equal A plus 1, thus the sum A plus B may be rewritten as 2A plus 1. Thus there exists a number K such that A plus B equal 2K plus 1. So the sum A plus B is odd. Contradiction. The proof by contradiction is grounded in the fact that any proposition must be either true or false, but not both true and false at the same time. We arrive at a contradiction when we are able to demonstrate that statement is both simultaneously true and false, showing that out assumptions are inconsistent. We can use this demonstrate PQ by assuming P and not Q are simultaneously through a deriving contradiction. When we derive this contradiction, it means that one of our assumptions has untenable and presumably we have either assumed or already P to be true, so that finding a contradiction implies the not Q must be false. The method of proof by contradiction: first, assume that P is true. Second, assume that not Q is true. Third, use P and not Q to demonstrate a contradiction. Proof assume that A and B are consecutive integers. Assume also that sum A plus B is not odd. Because the sum A plus B is not odd, there exists no number K such that A plus B equal to K plus 1. However, the integers A and B are consecutive, so we may write the sum A plus B as 2A plus 1. Thus, we have derived that A plus B not equal to K plus 1 for any integers K, and also that A plus B equal to A plus 1. This is a contradiction. If we hold that A and B are consecutive, then we know that the sum A plus B must be odd. Induction. Proof by induction is a very powerful method in which we use to recursion the demonstrate of infinite of fact in a finite amount of space. The most basic form of mathematical induction is where we first create a proposition from whose truth is determined by an integer fraction. If we are able to show the proposition from is true for some integer's value, we may argue from that basic proposition from must be true for all the integers. First, show proposition Px is true from coming basic case, and assume Pn is true from some n and show that this implies Pn plus 1. Then by the principle of induction, the propositional form Px is true for all n greater or equal to the basic case. If A and B are consecutive integers, then the sum a plus b is odd. Proof define the propositional form of x to be true when the sum of x and its successor is odd. Step 1. Consider the proposition f1 the sum 1 plus 2 equal 3 is odd, because we can demonstrate their exit on integers k such that 2k plus 1 equal 3, namely 2, 1 plus 1 equal 3. Thus fx is true when x equal 1. Step 2. Assume that fx is true for sum 1x. Thus, for sum x, we have that x plus 1 is odd. We add 1 to both x and x plus 1. We claim two things. First, the sum x plus 1 plus x plus 2 equal x plus 1. Second, we claim that adding 2 to any integers does not change that integers evenness and oddness. With these two observations, we claim that fx is odd, implies fx plus 1 is odd. Step 3. By the principle of mathematical induction, we can claim that fx is odd for all integers x. The sum of any two consecutive number is odd. Contrapositive. The proof by contrapositive is a method of proof which is not method all its own from first order logic. We know that implication PQ is equivalent to not Q not P. The second proposition is called the contrapositive of the first proposition. By saying that two proposition is equivalent, we mean that if one can prove PQ, then they have also proved not Q not P and vice versa. Proof by contrapositive can be effective approach when traditional direct proof is tricky, or it can be a different way to think about the substance of a problem. If the sum a plus b is not odd, then a and b are not consecutive integers. It is important to be extremely pedantic when interpreting a contraposition. It will be attempting to claim the above of theorem claims that the sum of two numbers are consecutive. However, this is nonsense. Proof assume that the sum of integers a and b is not odd. Then their a plus b equal to k plus 1. Thus, a plus b not equal k plus 1 for all integers k, because k plus 1 is the successor of k. This implies that a and b cannot be consecutive integers.